In today's session of Divorce Court, Camille thought Gary was the perfect husband when they met. They got married and settled down to raise a family. But now Camille wants a divorce. She says the marriage is over because Gary is a pig.
He showered 9 times in February.
If I've ever heard and wanted to hear somebody say, she's lying, this is the perfect time.
I didn't take a shower for a week. She wouldn't do the laundry or clean the house.
If you don't clean the house and if you don't wash the dishes, then I won't shower. Was that the game you were playing?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't believe this.
Today, Camille and Gary Gard face off to end their marriage in divorce court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Camille Gard versus Gary Gard. I am told that after a year and a half of marriage, just a year and a half, you're ready to give up on the marriage, Ms. Gard?
Yes.
Why?
I don't believe I'm left any choice.
Why?
The things that I've had to ask him to do, to work on a regular basis, to shower on a regular basis.
To shower on a regular basis?
Yes.
You have to ask an adult to shower on a regular basis?
Or brush his teeth or comb his hair.
Brush his teeth on a regular basis?
Yes.
This is you're talking about your child.
No.
You're saying that you have to ask an adult person, this
Yes.
man standing to your left,
That's just your opinion. I don't believe that's
to
true.
shower and brush his teeth? Mr. Gard, what is she talking about?
I don't know, Your Honor. I work every day. I've done what I think I'm supposed to support the family and keep myself clean. And she, every day would try to say she's taking a mark on a calendar to see if I took showers or if I didn't, regulate me like a child.
Do you shower every day?
No, not every day, but every other day, and I think I keep myself clean.
Why is she keeping a chart on how much you shower?
I don't know, Your Honor. She
So
does some
he
weird
could be
things.
aware of it. So he can be consciously aware of what is going on.
So you think maybe he's not
This was-
bathing and he's not aware of it?
That's what it appeared to be. But then when I offered, here, you take responsibility, put the calendar up and put a check mark on the day that you take a shower so you can be accountable for yourself. And I don't have to do it.
Ms. Gard, are you a school teacher?
No.
You made a chart
Back since February.
of when your husband showers.
Yes.
Having made that chart, tell me, how often does he shower?
3 to 5. And
3
he
to
works,
5
he
what?
does construction, comes home filthy, dirty, sweaty, smelly.
He works construction.
Yes.
My question is to you, having kept your chart, what's the average number of days he showers per week?
Per week, once or twice.
Once or twice a week?
Yes.
And
It's
he's in
right here.
construction?
Yes.
Let me see that chart. I've never seen a chart on people shower. I'm curious.
You'll see an S or a check mark, okay? The S's is when he participated, okay?
The X is when he
The
participated?
S, okay?
And then
you'll
what's
see
the check mark?
That's me when I was just keeping track.
A straight line is your check.
Or a check mark. Go to the
And an
next one.
S is his.
Usually.
When he's keeping tabs on how often he showers.
Yeah, well, you'll tell the difference in the writing.
Okay, but I have to know whose is whose.
Well, I'd have to look at it and I could tell you.
I'm gonna give it back to Joe. He's going to give it back to you. So you have to tell me.
Okay,
how many
let's
times?
say February, he showered 9 times in February.
9 times
showers.
for the whole month.
9 showers in February.
Mr. Gard, please help me out. Tell me that she's lying on you. If I've ever heard and wanted to hear somebody say, she's lying, this is the perfect time. I really need to hear those words.
She's lying.
Okay. She's lying, right?
Yep.
No.
Is there something going on in your marriage that would cause you to neglect your personal hygiene?
I didn't take a shower for a week. She wouldn't do the laundry or clean the house and what
She's
have
lying.
you. And I've done this
Hold
in
on a second now.
about of 1 week that I can recall.
So you didn't take a shower for a week?
1 week that she didn't clean the house or do the laundry and stuff, And in spite of the situation, I would ask her why, you know. Well, you're not taking a shower. I go, well, is that the reason why you're not keeping up? And,
so you're telling me that you guys played a tit-for-tat game.
No.
If you don't clean the house, and if you don't wash the dishes, and if you don't clean the floor, then I won't shower.
No.
Was that the game you were playing?
Yes, Your Honor. In a way, I believe that's kind of the way I felt about it.
In your mind?
That was the game you played in this marriage.
No.
I don't believe this.
No.
Yes or no?
Who do I hear talking from?
That's my brother. He's my witness.
Well, your brother needs to understand that he speaks when he's spoken to and not until.
I'm very sorry, Your Honor. Very sorry.
Now that you have so much to say, come forward.
I'd be more than happy to. How are you? Good morning.
I'd be better as long as you respect my court.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your name?
My name is Richard Albert Brown. I'm Camille's older brother.
Now you can't talk.
No, I'm Richard Albert Brown, Camille's older brother.
Thank you. Now let me hear you.
Big city girl from Orange County comes into small town, meets Lounge Lizard. She's new kid on the block.
Lounge Lizard. Ooh, you're quite poetic, huh?
Well, you know, he's a typical guy in a small town doing his thing, going to a bar. New girl comes into the shop, and he meets her. I believe at the time she saw a lot of potential in this guy. Saw him showered, saw him showered, saw him looking good, and at that time they encountered each other and had a good time. I believe
so big city girl meets Lounge Lizard, falls in love.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. I think Gary had I think that she saw the potential in Gary and wanted him to live up to it, and basically after he won,
off my feet.
yeah, after he won her,
Well, excuse me, your witness is talking.
Okay.
He has a lot to say.
Okay.
Yeah, after he won her heart and won her trust, he basically fell back into his natural habits of living in small town.
Now, what doctor's degree do you have to tell me about his natural habits?
Well, I can only tell you what I experienced in the time that I've met him, of the habits that I've seen him.
But you said it was his natural habits of living in a small town.
No, it just, you know, it's small town, small thinking. You know, live in a shack behind
small
your
town,
house.
small thinking.
You know.
Now,
think,
excuse me, let me, wait, so I can follow along with you. Small town, small thinking. Where are you from?
Big town, Los Angeles.
Oh,
you know.
big town, big thinking?
Big town, big thinking.
I'm taking out my time.
That's all right.
Well, I think your thinking is a little small when you start thinking that small towns think small just because people are from small towns.
I don't believe the whole town thinks small.
Thank you very much.
I don't believe that, and I'm sorry if I portrayed that. But when they got the relationship came to fruition and they experienced each other, he fell back into the habits of small town, not a lot to do. You know, and
there you go, generalizing again. See, I told you had a degree in psychology.
Psychological analysis, my perception of what I see of their relationship.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
You may be seated.
Thank you.
And now that you're seated, you may be quiet.
Yes, ma'am.
When divorce court returns, the judge gets tough with Gary.
She tells you when to shower. She takes care of the bills. She fills out your job applications. Did you marry her for your mother?
Are you getting divorced? Do you need Judge Maybelline Ephraim's help settling a dispute? If you want to be a guest on Divorce Court, call 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Camille Gard versus Gary Gard. Camille is seeking a divorce because she says her husband is a pig.
Do you admit that you worked or did not work during your marriage to her?
I worked, Your Honor.
All the time?
All the time.
So why do you think there was a money problem?
I even had 2 jobs at one time to try to make what I could pay the bills.
So do you believe
you have 2 jobs? Where did you get your jobs from? Who found your jobs?
Well, you answer the questions.
Okay. He never picked up a paper to look for a job.
So you had to help him look for a job?
I found the jobs.
You found the jobs?
I found the jobs on the internet or the newspaper.
Okay.
Okay? Different categories. Which one would you like to apply for? This is the pay. I write down the directions to get there.
You wrote down the directions?
I call and find out when they're taking applications.
You call for the application?
I've even gone with him and sat in the car and he brought the application out to me for me to fill out for him and him take it in.
So, Ms. Gard,
I did everything but do the job.
Let me ask you one question. Did you marry him to be his mother or to be his wife?
No, no. I married Gary because we had a son and I had a daughter and we were happy at that time. And I understand in Lake County, there's not much work, and all he had was his seasonal job, and then collected unemployment the rest of the year.
So did you marry him to help him
other
out?
things too.
I said, let's move. There's work. We can get a home, get out from your
It was
mom's
her
house.
family lived there, and my family lived up north.
But there's no work
So
to
she wanted to
survive.
come where
wanted
her
to be
family
with
was.
her
No, I
family.
wanted to go where we
We
could
even moved in with her
make money.
parents right after she got.
Oh, I understand that was the problem too when you moved in with her parents. Isn't that the sore spot here?
Yes, as far as rent, there are landlords. They
That's
own
what
our
I'm
house.
saying. So that's
Yes,
a problem in this marriage too, right?
Because he didn't want to work.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because
He'd work for a couple hours, come home, lay on the couch, watch TV. Gary, please get up. Big
Couple hours,
fights.
Your Honor. I was
Okay, but
working
you're
for a
telling
temp
me that
agency.
now there's no problem in terms of your parents and money. But when I
Yes,
read the court
there
papers,
is,
that's what I
yes.
was told.
No, I thought you meant before.
No,
Yes.
I keep up with me. I'm talking now. What's
Yes.
the issue?
Big issue.
Okay.
Back money owed.
Back money owed to whom?
To my parents who took out a second mortgage on their home to get this house for us, to give us a start. Because he had no credit and I had bad credit.
And my mother.
He had no credit and you had bad credit.
So they went out on a limb. And they took out a second on their house to get this house for us.
Okay,
never
so
had
so the house you're living in, your parents got it in their names for you. So
Right.
what's the issue with that?
The issue is our rent is $1,100 a month.
You
Yes.
entered into a rental agreement, is that right?
Yes.
Is that a copy of it?
This is the
Joe, may I
original.
see it, please?
This is the original.
All right,
I
let's
asked
just.
her for it, and she wouldn't give it to me.
That's right. It stays with the house. You left the house, you abandoned me.
All right, let
You
me
left
see.
me with the
Hold
bills.
on,
I
hold
didn't
on.
abandon you. believe
Joe,
me.
can you tell those people there to be quiet?
You two really do need to quit arguing and address the bench.
Yes.
Okay. If you got any comments, she'll
So-
hear you.
Okay.
All right, the lease agreement I have here in front of me has both signatures on it for $1,200 per month and
Just
a
like I said.
$600 security deposit. So this is the agreement that you say you signed.
Yeah, I thought I had more than $600 security deposit, but that could be.
Okay, since he can't remember what he signed, Joe, let him read it. I see $600. There's a rental agreement for $1,200 per month, $600 security deposit. You signed it, your wife signed it. You were the only one working at the time. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And you told them that you couldn't pay all of that.
I told them that it would be hard for me to make payments without both of us working.
So why
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
sign the agreement to pay?
That they said that they would help us out and that we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Okay. And now how much of rent has been paid?
Actually,
did
Your
you
Honor,
pay?
I haven't talked to her father. He's been keeping track and records.
Well, don't
of
you
it.
keep track of how much you pay, Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Guard?
I make the bill money, I bring it home, and she puts it into the bank account.
So she
the
also
deposit
takes care of the
is-
bills.
Yes,
so what
she has.
responsibility have you done in this marriage? She tells you when to shower, she takes care of the bills, she fills out your job applications, tell you when they are. What have you done? What responsibility have you taken for yourself?
For myself?
Yes.
Well, Your Honor,
Did you marry her for your mother?
no.
Well, that's what it sounds like, that this is a mother taking care of a child.
Well, I don't believe so, Your Honor. I believe that I'm
Wait, well, let me
responsible.
just turn to Ms. Guard. Do you have any records and know how much rent has been paid since August of '98? Tell me,
Each
just
month
tell
is
me.
$5,980 plus part of the security deposit.
Plus the balance of the security deposit. Okay, now, what is your position on that? You wouldn't know whether the figures are right or not because you didn't keep a record. Is that right, Mr.
No.
Guard?
That's true. She
Okay.
had the paperwork, and she kept it in her own files, and really, she liked doing it, and I let her.
What do
Yeah.
you think should be done about that rent?
I think he should be held responsible for it because the reason I didn't work is we have a 4-year-old child. He just turned 4. And he was supposed to enter into Head Start next month. This has been an agreement since last March when I pre-enrolled my son. I was going to work full-time. This has been known
So the agreement was you weren't going to work until your son went to Head
She's
Start.
been saying this
because
for a
we
year,
couldn't
Your
afford
Honor.
child care. It's
For over a
$100
year.
a week.
And nor could you afford $1,200 a month.
That's
Honor,
right.
we-
Haven't
So
done
let me
anything.
summarize this. The plan was at marriage that you had a small child, that he was supposed to pay everything,
He was support his family.
and he was supposed to support his
Until
family
I could go to work.
until your child went to preschool, I thought you said.
Right, right.
All right. And then he wasn't able to do that.
No, he gave up
Okay. He gave up.
a month before it happened.
All right. And so you say for that he should pay it all.
Yeah,
What the marriage vows say?
Till death do you part.
What did it say about better or worse?
For better or worse, and
You
for
said
richer
last
or
word,
poor.
together? Is that what it said?
Together.
Oh, you hadn't heard it until now, huh? Together.
I haven't, yeah, together.
Let it
Through
sink in.
richer,
Together.
Together, through
All right.
richer for poor, through better for worse.
You didn't hear it
To
when you
death
said
do
it.
us part.
So what is your position in terms of this back rent?
I don't believe that I owe it all, Your Honor. I believe that she should have to pay half.
When did you move out? July 13th?
12th.
July 12th?
No.
And you're still living there, Mrs. Gard?
Yes.
All
I
right,
had
I'll
my
decide.
responsibility at home.
When divorce court resumes, the judge renders her verdict and an update on the case of Helen Fields versus Wayne Fields.
I used to love and adore this man. I love this man, Your Honor.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court is back and the verdict is in the case of Camille Gard versus Gary Gard.
Back on the marriage of Gard, and I emphasize the word marriage. Marriage is a partnership between two people, not one person doing it all in any respect. Mr. Gard, I think you probably could have done more in the relationship in terms of finding work during those seasonal times when construction was slow. You have 2 children, you have a wife, you have a responsibility to provide. Sometimes it means we have to take a different job. Sometimes we have to take a second job. Sometimes we have to do whatever it is we need to do to support those children and your wife. That's the responsibility. Mrs. Gard, you have too the same responsibility. The fact that you entered the marriage expecting not to work, that was well and noble, and he probably intended that. But we can't always get what we expect. I know the American way has been that the wife doesn't work and is expected not to work. But things have changed, in case nobody told you. And sometimes we as women have to go to work. You were acting too much as mother. You didn't need to tell this man when to shower. When you saw it not happening, it's time to get out. You played mother all the way, and you continued to play mother, and that's why you didn't go get the job, because you were mothering instead of being a wife and mother. So you needed to go to work. I'm not saying what I'm saying to invite discussion. This is my analysis now. My turn. It's not fair to burden your parents with the responsibility of that mortgage. The mortgage company didn't stop looking to them because your work was seasonal and because your child wasn't old enough for you to go to school. Both of you put an unfair burden on your parents. Both of you bear the responsibility for that rental agreement. Both of you signed it, not just Mr. Gard. The judgment of this court is that the amount outstanding, your calculations were off, is $7,784. That includes the back rent through July, plus the additional money owed on the security deposit. Each of you is responsible for half of that amount. Mr. Gard, you're ordered to pay to Mrs. Gard's parents, the landlords, $3,892.50, payable within the next 5 days, or unless they give you additional time. That's the order of this court.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Helen Fields versus Wayne Fields.
27 years of being with somebody, Your Honor, and they violate you the way I've been violated.
It hurts.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. Are you getting divorced? Do you need Judge Maybelline Ephraim's help settling a dispute? If you want to be a guest on divorce court, call 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. After 27 years, Helen Fields came to court to end her marriage to Wayne because she said he was cheating.
27 years of being with somebody, Your Honor, and they violate you the way I've been violated.
It hurts.
My God, I keep saying it. Why do you keep doing this to me?
Okay.
I used to love and adore this man. I love this man, Your Honor.
Helen admits that her jealousy got the best of her, and when she saw Wayne's car parked near another woman's house, she smashed the windows.
What type of car?
Alexis.
Alexis automobile, you broke out all of the windows?
I was nice. I left the top window and the skylight. I left that. I could have taken that.
You keep talking about the fact that long as he doesn't ride a whore in it, it's okay. Are you saying to me that you would still destroy it if you saw him with, quote, the whore in the vehicle?
Right now, Your Honor, I don't know how to answer that question.
The judge ordered that the Lexus be sold so that the fighting over the car would end. Helen has left her hometown for an extended vacation, and Wayne says that while he knows a divorce is the best thing, he hopes that he and Helen can find a way to be civil to each other.
I waited till I was 35 to get married, and thought I was doing the right thing.
I think that she's very manipulative and everything she said wasn't true. That I figured I looked at the relationship as a 50-50 relationship, and I tried to do the best I could on my part.